skipped over this. I want to make sure I covered it. I went ahead and pulled this pin out. So with this guy, you don't have to take it out until you get the lid off. And, it's a pin that just pushes through. So you want to clamp it good to make it a little bit smaller. It'll make it easy to pull out. Sometimes if somebody's worked on it before you, they may have damaged one side. Therefore, you can only pull it out one way. So what you do is you go and pull the pin out. So I'm going to save it over there with my stuff. And now I'm looking at the back side here. It doesn't come out the top. You screw out all the way, that's it. It won't go any further. So what you do is you actually push it through. So you keep turning. Now if you were steering, pushing this in all the way, see how that thing's sticking out more, would cause the thing to be more cockeyed. And if it was more at a tilt, or more tilted, I should say, not really cockeyed, it would cause the cylinders to go down more completely every rotation of the wheel. And by doing that, it would pump more oil every rotation. Therefore, your rudder would turn quicker. If you back this out, you're pushing less oil per rotation. So you keep going. I'm having a little bit hard time doing it with one hand. Let me see if I can do this. But that pulls out. Let me continue in a second. Okay, I just had a little difficulty there getting past the very edge of the thread. You can see now that it's almost all the way through. You'll see that there's actually a black seal starting to show up. So if I go ahead and pull this out, it's now loose and it pulls out completely. There it is. That little guy right there comes in the kit, and we are going to pull that off without nicking the metal, and we're going to replace that. And that's one of the seals that commonly leaks. Now, what does the replacement seal kit look like? It's this right here. Okay, so they include the plastic cap replacement, which I have the old one here. You can see that the old one has some damage to it, so that's handy. And it has the shaft seal and some smaller ones, like there's the one we're going to be using to put on this. Here's the big one that goes around the outer edge. And then there's two for the check valves that are over here on the side. Basically what you do is you pull this out, and in there you're going to find a very similar system to these guys, in that you're going to have a spring and a ball bearing. Make sure you hold on to both of those. So in the end, I'm replacing here, I'm replacing here, and I'm replacing inside here. And that's it. Clean everything really good. You're going to find probably shavings in there. You're going to do your fly bridge last. You're going to do the main first, put your oil in it. You probably want to pump oil out, so you have all new oil in the system. And once you have the main helm done, then you would go up to the fly bridge and hook that up. Now, you can't actually turn the steer wheel and pump things when you don't have the fly bridge hooked up, because you have, in my case, I have sealed lines up there. But what I'm getting at is that as far as filling your oil, hook your main up, fill it up with oil, then go up to your fly bridge, hook it up, put oil in that, and that's how you're going to go along. But anyhow, I hope that provides a little bit of information as to how it actually works. To illustrate how the thing rotates and pushes on the cylinders, this thing here, you can see it's got these two black things, fits into these notches. And this thing flips up and down. Okay, when the thing was screwed through, this would be at a higher tilt. If it's at a higher tilt, you get more oil per turn. You back it out, this thing tilts back, you have less oil per turn. This right here does not actually turn. Okay, that stays fixed. What's turning is all the cylinders are turning inside this whole thing as you turn the steering wheel. So if it's pushed down tight, the next cylinder comes in and is forced to push oil out. As it comes over to this side, the piece of metal is tilted up. This side then goes up, which pulls oil into it. As it rotates around, it reaches into the metal that's pushed down again, and it squeezes the oil out of the cylinder. As it goes over here, it starts to let up and starts to suck oil back in. If you suddenly want to go the other way, you turn, the metal starts to push the cylinder down, the oil goes out. As it goes this way, it starts to suck oil back in. So that's the basic operation. It's actually quite simple. There you go. Clean everything, change your oil. Make sure if you use paper towels like I do that you watch out for lint, and I think you should be good.